Hey guys, Andrew McFarland here from StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you guys are happy and healthy. Today we're talking about not to start an online juice business until you do this one thing. But before we dive into today's topic of conversation, if you guys are new, you don't know who I am, you don't know what we do, over the last decade, 12 years to be exact, myself and our company has had the pleasure of running our own juice concepts as well as helping hundreds of people all over the world launch every kind of juice business, healthy cafe, whatever it is that you can think of, we've done it. And so all the information on this channel is coming from that wealth of experience. Early invitation, press the like button. It'll make the video even better, I promise. And subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit the notification bell. That will alert you when we release new content, because this information can totally change your life, change your business. So you're going to want to stay tuned and be the first to know. So let's dive in. You're in a situation, you are thinking about starting an online business, or maybe you've already done it and you haven't answered these specific questions. Now, I see a lot of people get into these situations where they launch their businesses and then they get stuck because they haven't done the most important thing or had the foundation of the more critical factors, because there's all this excitement about starting your business. And look, I get it. I was in that place too. And it can be very exciting to think people want to buy things from me. I'm making juices for myself, my friends, I'm bringing it to work, or I'm bringing it to, my family, and everyone's like, hey, you should sell this, or people are offering to buy it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start this as a business. I'm going to do this from home. I'm going to go to a commercial kitchen and start selling juices to my friends, my family, right? But here's the most important thing. If you want to go from actually just having this as a side little hobby that maybe you make a couple dollars from here and there, to having the intention of having a business that really can grow, that can change your life, can change your family's life, the way that you approach hobby businesses, side projects, and real legitimate businesses is totally different, or at least it should be, okay? So what is the big problem, and what's the thing that you really should not start your online juice business until this thing happens? It is that you've really figured out why people are going to purchase from you instead of anyone else. More likely than not, if you're in a situation where you have no competitors, well, then the answer is they're going to purchase from you because they have no one else to buy their product from. And sometimes that's a good reason enough. But if you're in an environment where you've got other juice bar storefronts that are within proximity that also deliver, oftentimes when I speak to people and I ask them this question, I say, okay, great. I'm a consumer. I'm on an application, or I'm looking at online marketing, and I have choices. I go to Google Maps and I'm like, hey, juice bar, whatever, juice business near me. And your business pops up. So I'm evaluating you. A storefront that's down the street that I pass by all the time, they pop up. Or maybe I've even walked in there and I'm a customer. Why am I going to purchase from you instead of them? Because the reality is, if you're competing with people who have storefronts, you need to make sure that your product, especially if you're online as well, only online, your branding looks great, your website looks great, you have a unique position for what it is that you do, and there's just inherent and illicit trust built in. Because if you don't have a clear reason that people are going to buy from you, which a lot of people don't, they don't even ask themselves that question, that a lot of times people start businesses for their sake. They don't realize that what makes a business survive and thrive is the service you provide to your customers. It has to be either cheaper, better, and when I say better, I mean higher quality, different, better, right? Faster, some kind of service that's faster, or just different, meaning that there's no one in the market that's actually doing that. Answer these questions. Things don't always have to be cheaper, because a lot of people think that they need to just compete on price, and that's not it. Obviously, Mercedes doesn't compete with Honda on price. They offer a better car. It's a Mercedes. So you could be the Mercedes of juice. You can charge more, but you have to know and be able to articulate to your consumer very clearly why it's better and why they should purchase from you instead of someone else. There's oftentimes room for a lot of different competitors in the market, different people in the market, because they serve different purposes. Sometimes the customers who want to go to Smoothie King and Jamba Juice aren't the same customers who want to buy from you, because maybe they're not organic, or they're not having certain recipes. They don't have a certain intention. They don't have the same kind of customer service, training, whatever it is, store design, overall experience. But if you haven't thought about this, you may end up in a situation where you're sort of doing all these other things that kind of matter and they're important to do, but won't really get you the results that you want. Because ultimately, it's going to all come down to what we call customer acquisition. In every business, it's all about, can you get customers? Because if you can get customers and you can get enough fast enough, then you might have a thriving business. So if you need support with your online juice business and you want to really know how to market this business as well, because that's connected, okay? And I'll elaborate on that just a little bit as well, is the first part of what I just talked about is brand position. The second part, when we look at marketing, is how do I get the attention of the people around me, okay? You might start in a place where you think, I was talking to someone the other day and they're talking about word of mouth. I said, what's your strategy? Word of mouth. Word of mouth is not a strategy, unfortunately. Word of mouth is a symptom. It's a byproduct. If you have a good product, good service, but you can't rely on that, meaning it may or may not happen. There's lots of businesses that you find out about through word of mouth. That's great. But there's a lot of businesses you find out because you're driving by or you see an ad online or you saw a post or some influencer did something that made you aware of a business. There's lots of ways to raise awareness about your company. So the second thing that you definitely need to be aware of before you start your business is, how am I going to get in front of people so that they can purchase from me? And it's not going to be word of mouth. Do not rely on that. Call that hope and pray marketing. Hope and pray marketing is when you just hope and pray things go well. That's not how you need to approach a business if you are serious and you want to grow it fundamentally. So what's step one? Brand position. What makes you unique, better, faster, cheaper, right? Or just completely different. And next step is marketing strategy. How am I going to get in front of people? We talk about this in our online course. There's links for it below. Do your research. This is worth its weight in gold that you solve this problem, because otherwise you're going to end up in a situation where you spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort getting to a place where you still are going to have to answer these questions. So better to answer them beforehand and make sure you have good answers and then invest in your business than to wait and then find out maybe you don't have answers to these questions or solutions to these problems. And now you're going to go out of business, or you're going to be work for many, many years and think, oh, I'm working really hard. I'm not getting anywhere. Don't do that. Okay. So that's the message for today. Hope this has been helpful. If you want to take your business to the next level, or you're ready to start, you want to launch, reach out to me personally, Andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com. I'm friendly, happy to see if we can help you. If not, I'll tell you too, but at least I'll probably be able to give you some guidance on what the next best steps are for you. If you haven't liked the video yet, shame on you. No shame tactics here, but I'm sure that we will both appreciate it. And ultimately this will help more people see this content, which will make the world a healthier place. And that's what this is all about. That's why you're doing what you do. That's why we do what we do. So just think, every time you press the like button, you're actually saving somebody from potentially making bad decisions about their health and developing some chronic illness and getting to the point where they can actually live a healthier life. Last few announcements. Follow us on Instagram, StartAJuiceBar. Easy to find. We do exclusive giveaways there. We have exclusive content. It's important to just keep yourself refreshed. I find that a lot of times information in life and in business is like a mantra. You might know it, but you need it to be repeated. You need to stay up to date. So then that's that about Instagram. And then lastly, podcast on Spotify and iTunes. It's called the Juice Bar Experts Podcast. Subscribe, notification bell. That's all for today. Wish you guys a lot of success, and I'll see you guys at the next video. All right, take care. Hope you guys have been enjoying the video content. If you're inspired to learn even more about how to start your juice business from scratch, for you, we have a free ebook. It's called the 15 Steps to Starting Your Juice Business. And this is going to go through a high-level overview, through a step-by-step process on how you get your business off the ground. Everything from, branding, menu development, finding the right location, and more. This is going to be a clear roadmap so you know how to go from where you are all the way to opening your store. If you want to go even deeper, we've also created an online course. It's called the Juice Bar Master Blueprint. This is going to go into great depth on everything from how do you put together and think about recipe development? How do you cost out your menu and what's the math around it? What equipment do you need? How do you design your store? How do you find the right location? And so much more. I know you're going to find a lot of value out of both of these. There's links in the description below. So I hope to see you guys at the next video, and enjoy.